All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Shai, Bashem Hakadash, divine to the apostles of GMS of Ruel, sworn to the faithful men, continually doing the work of the Lord. All right, Lord willing, you know, just out here chilling, about to do a quick little GMS walk and talk. And like I said before, Salaki, I'm going to try to get me one of them selfie stick situations because, it's better like that. The screen won't be so goddamn shaky, you know what I'm saying? But so bear with me on that matter, you know what I'm saying? Try to keep it still as possible, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm just gonna flow through the spirit. The voice starting to echo into this tunnel, that shit, all that shit. But yeah, I'm just gonna flow through the spirit and Lord willing, probably going to multiple topics, you know what I'm saying? Lord willing. Hopefully it's edifying. I believe in this little part, you know what I'm saying? I'm should be alone in this motherfucker. But let's hopefully it stay that way. Cause I ain't seen not one soul in here. But anyways, yeah, like I said, multiple topics. So first, cause I watched the Apostle Gabar video speaking on, of course, health, and I just want to bring that out again. You see what I'm saying? Because that's very, very important, and they lead, the elders and apostles lead by example. They out there getting it themselves, walking for miles, you know what I'm saying? And that's something Jake should be doing, man. Every Jake should be doing, man. Especially if certain brothers that's not even in shape, you know what I'm saying? And, maybe overweight or whatever, That's something that we should do. That's something that the scriptures aspire us to do, man, to be healthy. And you can be healthy in many different ways. Being healthy ain't just eating healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because we always talk about the herbs and things like that. Which Lord willing, personally, I need to get into myself some more. You know what I'm saying? Which Lord willing, I don't know if I'm gonna have time today. I'll probably do that shit tomorrow. Well, if the shit fucking open. But I'm gonna try to grab me some. Well, actually, I might be able to grab me some shit today. But but it's not just health concerning just your eating. You know what I'm saying? That's very, very important. But it's also health, concerning, exercise, of course, and not only that, but also probably most importantly, your mental health too. You know what I'm saying? Because Jake don't be really going into that. I mean, I don't want to say Jake don't be going into that, but sometimes Jake can forget about that. You know what I'm saying? We got to make our mind strong. You know what I'm saying? And these different things help. It works hand in hand with your spirit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get these people houses up there, but that's kind of raw as shit. But you know what I'm saying? Like your mental is very important. That's where everything starts. Matter of fact, let me pull out that scripture real quick in Proverbs. Let me see. All right. This is Proverbs 4:23. It says, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Right? So keep your heart. And we know the word keep is shamar, which is to guard. You know what I'm saying? Your heart is your mind. You know what I'm saying? With all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Right? So if your mental is all fucked up, then your spirit gonna be fucked up. All your going in and going out is gonna be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Everything starts with the mind. So that's why it's important and essential for all of us to make sure our spirits and our mind, our bodies is on point so we can perform, at our best. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I mean, through the spirit, probably how Bishmael Shah, we're fighters. You know what I'm saying? If you're a fighter, you know, you gotta make sure all those different things are on point. Your mind, your body. How the fuck you gonna fight if your body you just eating bullshit? You know what I'm saying? You're not working out. You're not. You know what I'm saying? You ain't taking care of your body. You know, you just always fatigued and tired and all this other bullshit. How you gonna perform? You know what I'm saying? Because you need your body, and then, you know, of course, it's, you know, fighting ain't just a bodily thing. It's a mental thing. It's a body. It's all that. All these different things put together. I think somebody tents up there. I don't want to bother that nigga. That's the end of the road anyway. So I'm gonna keep turning back around. But you see what I'm saying? So, and we fighting for the Lord. So we in the Lord's army. You know, we gotta make sure our body is capable. You know what I'm saying? You able, and we out there standing on the highways and byways sometimes for hours, and you know what I mean, and in the heat and the cold and all these different things. So we gotta make sure we on point, whether that be, you know, drinking problems or whatever problems that Jake have, man. You know, Jake should be doing their best to 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 be their best. You know, we're not gonna be, all of us ain't gonna walk around with fucking 6 packs and, you know, all these different things. You know, but we can do our best. You see what I'm saying? To to be at our best. You know, do our best to be at our best. You see what I'm saying? Because this life ain't our own, you know. And plus, it's just so many different benefits to it. It's gonna make you feel better. It's gonna make you look better. It's gonna, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's what Esau want us to do. Esau want us to be just, you know, just be in the house all day and not get no type of sunlight, man. Jake should be outside getting sun, you know, absorbing, you know, all that. Being around trees, you know, being around nature, different things like that. You should be doing that, you know, quite often. You know, why you think Esau do that shit, man? And two, it's cool. I mean, let me see. I can't even. I don't know why the fuck. Never mind. Fuck. I was gonna turn the camera, but your boy smack right now. I'm sweating. You know, this week is hot as shit. But being in these trees, man, you know, it gives you a little shade and a little cool. You know what I mean? You feel a little breeze and shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's cool. And then on top of that, just to add more, just naming a few different things, you know, birds, you know, just hearing the birds chirp, they say that literally, you know, it heals you, it heals your body. See what I'm saying? So, you know, I'd rather hear that than fucking cars and trains and all this shit. Which, like, the park I'm at right now, I'm like in the middle of the city pretty much, or houses pretty much. It's like houses all the way around. And this is like kind of like in the middle of the houses, so that you gonna hear the cars and shit, but the shit still raw as shit. But anyways, going back to the main points, like I'm just flowing through the spirit, but God says keep your heart with all diligence. You know, we, like I said, man, there's many different ways of keeping your heart. You know, you make sure your diet's on point. You make sure you got exercise, walking, man. That's what I'm saying. Like Jake that need help getting into exercise, bro. Start small, bro. All you gotta do is simply just fucking walk for a few miles. If you can, if you gonna start, I remember the first, well, it wasn't like the first time, but the first time I really took running seriously, what did I do? I ran 1 mile. The second time I ran two. Then I ran three. You know what I'm saying? So start small. You see what I'm saying? Well, I think the first time I just ran for a few minutes, and then 1 mile, 2 mile. So start small. You could just walk for 1 mile, walk for 2 miles. You know what I mean? I'm walking right now and I'm fucking sweating. I mean, it is extra hot this week, but I'm sweating like a motherfucker right now. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you like go hiking and where you know, walk up these different hills and different things like that, man, your heart start beating, you know, that's good for you. You see? Because what the scripture says in Sirach, you know, a good man would take care of his diet and his health pretty much. You know what I'm saying? That's most definitely uh encouraging the scriptures, man. But like I said, that's one way. Another way is just like the Apostle Gabar goes into, forest bathing, where you just in the forest and you in the you know in woods or whatever the case is, and you just sitting there chilling, you know. And I notice every single time, literally every single time I want to go out into like the woody area, I always want to make a video. I always want to sit down and pray real quick. Why? Because that makes you closer to the Lord. And it was a quote, man. I don't know if I took a picture of it. Did I take a photo? Let me see. Cause I made a video out there. It's a garden of roses, and that's not too far from here, man. It's a nice little spot, man. And then they had a quote. I don't know if I took a picture of it, man. I don't think I did, but it looks like I didn't. But it's a quote that pretty much it said it said in so many words, like, when I'm in the garden, I'm close to God's heart, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm close to God when I'm in the garden. The sun, I forgot how it goes, man. Damn, I'm mad I didn't take a picture of it. I don't know why I didn't. But yeah, man. Because you in nature. Imagine how many, bro, imagine the effect that we take every single day being around cars and all this other goddamn, like I always said, there's always this pollution for literally everything you can think of. Air, water, sound, you see what I'm saying? All kinds of different pollution, man. You know? Man, you just all the way, you just always around devices. I got a device in my hand right now. It is what it is, but at least less the better. You're around devices all the time. Your eyes is always looking at a screen. You know what I'm saying? Whether you at work or whether you at home, you might be at work looking at a computer all day or whatever. You might be at home watching TV. Your eyes, so you get eye strain. You see what I'm saying? You constantly, you know, around all these other different shit. So it's good to, you know, be around, nature. It's just a different feeling, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole totally different feeling, and you'll feel it, man. You'll notice the difference. All right, it gives you a peace and a calm. You see what I'm saying? But if you type in the benefits of being around trees, it says being around trees significantly improves both physical and mental health by lowering stress, hormones, boosting the immune system, and purifying the air. Right? You know what I'm saying? It's what you should do, man. You get out here and just take a deep breath and smell the different flowers and the trees. That shit smells wonderful, man. Cause all you be in the world and at the home and whatever, all you smell is chemicals and sprays and perfume and all this other shit. Which is a good thing too. Which Lord willing, I'm gonna try to get into it. Cause my mom, she be into that shit too. Like what my mom and my grandma, they be into the plants and shit. She got hella plants in her house and know how to. She knows a lot of that shit. So I'm gonna ask her to give me the breakdown. I'm gonna give me one, man, just to have some living in your home. You know what I'm saying? And purify the air and things like that. You see, and things like that. But let me see. It was a spot. I think it's right there. Hold on. I don't know. Just look different. Whatever. It was like a little. Yeah, that is the spot. Hold on. That shit look different. It looked better back in the day, but anyways, the fuck was I saying? I don't even remember. Something about plants and shit. Yeah, I don't remember. It's like, you know, a tree in a way, but I don't know what that's called. With the water be going down the rocks like that. It's pretty neat. That big ass tree in a way though. It's all good. But But yes, like I totally forgot what I was about to say. I might just continue reading. It says, yeah, purifying the air. And it says extensive research shows that regular exposure to forest environments and urban tree canopies results in measurable biological and physiological benefits, right? And that's good too. You know what I mean? If you go on, it's a good idea to if you go to like if you go to like a bar or a little restaurant or something like that, try to find you a little spot where they got the little opening, you know, where it's kind of open. And because I know the little spot down here, like on the south side, the little German village area, it's like the outside, they got like trees and all that little environment, little waterfall and shit like that. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, bro. It's just, you just be in that environment is just instantly just peaceful. It's just, you know what I'm saying? So, and this is exactly where Esau does not want us to be. He don't want us to be in this type of environment living like this. He wants us to be everything to be chaos and fast paced and you know what I'm saying and artificial and all that shit, man. You know? But anyways, it says mental and cognitive uh benefits. It says lower stress hormones, spending time around trees reduces cholesterol and lowers and less like cholesterol levels while calming the amygdala, whatever the hell that is. Let me see. Uh, let me see. Amygdala. Amygdala. Oh, okay, I heard that shit before. Okay, the brain, whatever parts of the brain. It says combats anxiety and depression. Right here, fucking stink though. See, shit polluted. But walking in green spaces decrease negative thoughts and shifts the body into a relaxed, pharasmatic state. Here goes Esau, these damn words, man. All right. Parasympathetic. Parasympathetic. It says is a nervous system, the part of the body's nervous system that controls life-sustaining functions, commonly known as the rest and digest system. It takes over when you feel safe and relaxed to conserve energy, slow your heart rate, and stimulate digestion. Digestion. All right. Yeah, that's beautiful. So it calms your whole body down, calms your nervous system down, and things like that. Especially being around water, you know. It says, let me see. It says regulates ADHD symptoms. All right. Visual access to trees helps children with attention deficient hyperactivity disorder manage behavior and focus better. Lowers neighborhood aggression, and that's a spirit. I mentioned that when I was in the Garden of Roses because you'll notice. So I heard the elder Yashar, I'm gonna bring that out. Like you'll notice, like in the hood, it's not that many, you know, things. Period. It's like a lot of businesses are closed. There's not enough nature. It's like a barren ass place. A lot of fucking uh, uh, abandoned homes and things like that. Everything is just abandoned. But you go to like this Esau live out here, man. These got nice ass houses over here. Jake don't got this in his neighborhood, man. You know. But imagine if Jake did have this in his bro. This is some people's backyard. I kind of just sort of look. I don't want people to put people shit all in the thing, but bro, one dude had a fucking rope connected to a tree, and you can just go all the way down the hill, and then you in the park. Imagine if this was Jake's neighborhood. It would be a lot more peaceful, man. You know. But Jake are more aggressive. You see, because they don't have shit. They don't have nothing. Everything is barren. It's like a fucking wasteland. All right. It says higher urban tree density acts as a psychological pressure release, decreasing local crime and road rage. You see, it says physical health. It says boost immune system. Trees release anti uh, micro whatever the hell organic compounds. All right, which increase the human productions of virus and tumor fighting natural killer NK cells. Come on, man. Reduces blood pressure. Simply viewing or walking slowly among trees decreases heart rate and lowers vascular tensions. It says filters air pollution. Trees. Uh, Let me see. Hold up. What the fuck? My fault. I'm tripping. I don't know why the fuck I thought of a damn monkey, but that's a damn squirrel. I seen something swinging in the trees and shit. But we don't got no goddamn monkeys around here. I'm tripping. You know how your brain is. Like sometimes if you see something real quick, your brain kind of just you know come up quick with an answer. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it be smack. You know, but speeds up recovery. Patient's review of trees from the window heal faster after surgery, requires less pain medication, prevents extreme heat illness. Urban tree canopies provide vital shade in cool cities up to 10 to 12 degrees, reducing heat related mortality, right? And shit, it's hot as fuck right now. Like I said, it's that week where it's been in the 90s and it says it feels like it's 112. It's hot as shit, man. You know, these trees are cooling me down a little bit, but it's still fucking hot. But anyways, you know, it just shows you, man, like I said, man, just being out and this is a good environment, probably bring out a Bible out here, read the scriptures, all right, put the headphones in, listen to audio Bible, listen to a lesson, um, meditate to the Lord, pray to the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Just walk, whatever, take your little family out here. You know what I'm saying? It's a good place to be alone if you want to. So many different benefits, bro. You know what I'm saying? So Jake most definitely should be doing this, especially during the time, where it was feeling good outside. Even during the winter, I made a video on that. Even during the winter, taking a walk out in the cold, that got benefits to it too. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, I ain't gonna be out here when it's too goddamn cold, but there be them days where if you put a coat on and whatever, you cool. It's like a little cold, but it's not too bad. Put your hands in your pocket, you be straight. You know what I'm saying? Or like a hummingbird. Probably most likely did not catch that, but that's my favorite bird, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, different ideas. Get some binoculars. Bird watch, look at squirrels, whatever, man. These. That's what we should do, man. You know, not not always constantly just on your phone and constantly, doom scrolling and playing video games all day, doing whatever the fuck, boy, drinking and nah, man, get outside or you can mix certain shit. Go fishing and drink while you fish or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's soothing too. You know what I'm saying? Me and the brother was out there fishing last week. At night, put the headphones in, listen to music I was drinking, and it was relaxing. I was chilling, you know? So it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a very beautiful thing. And, you know, men of the Lord, that's just what we love, man. We love nature, man. Because, Lord willing, if we are the elect, we helped the Lord create certain of these things, man. All right. So let me see. Oh man, if you look up the word nature in online etymology, it says that restores power of the body. Right. So nature literally restores the power in your body. You know what I'm saying? Like that's fucking powerful, bro. Damn, bro. That's what the word nature means. It means it restores the power in your body. Damn, that's cold, you know? And like I said, bro, Esau don't want that. He want us to be like robots, and he wants to get used to them that technology, that MOTB. So everything could be so convenient. I can put my hand up, boop, beep. There you go. You know what I'm saying? I just bought this, that, and the third. I hear some voices. Oh, some people coming. Well, it was fun while it lasted. I was out here for a minute by myself. I'm probably gonna walk up a little bit. Then I'm gonna end this video. I don't want people all in my business. But being out in nature literally restores power to your body, bro. That's cold. It says bodily processes, powers of growth from Old French. It says nature being principle of life, character, essence, course of things, natural character, constitution, quality, the universe, literally birth from natos, born, to be born, right? And hey, the Lord took us out of nature, man. The Lord got us out of the ground. That's why it's important to, eat them herbs and fruits and vegetables and shit like that, because we literally came from the ground. And those different, you know, minerals and shit like that that's in them is in us. So we need minerals. We need, you know, all this other different zinc and iron and all this other shit. All that shit's in the ground, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important for us to constantly intake them. But we eating these damn bullshit ass food. It don't have nutrients. It don't have minerals. It don't have nothing in it. A lot of it don't. It's just man-made mixed with a lot of bullshit. By the madman scientist Esau Edom. All right, and these other different nations, because they ain't innocent neither. Moab, you know what I'm saying? Ammon, making these weird ass food and shit like that, man. That's a perfect spot. I'm about to go sit right here. And then I'm gonna close it out. You know? But there you go. Perfect fucking spot right here. But it says the forces or processes of the material world, that which produces living things and maintains order. All right. So yeah. Yeah, Yeah, I could stop there, man. Right. Because it goes into the word nurture, too. You know what I'm saying? Upbringing the active responsibility of bringing a child, right? So that's what nature do, man. It really nurtures us. You know what I'm saying? It give us the things that we need to survive. It give us energy, it give us focus. It just makes us better. It restores us. You know what I'm saying? It keeps us hydrated. You need water. You need, all these other different things, man. It's beautiful. That's beautiful, man. That's a beautiful ass word right there. But yeah, man. So that's pretty much the point, man. Get up out there, get out the house, man. Spend at least 30 fucking minutes out in nature, and yeah, man. Pray to the Lord and thank the Lord. And one thing I'm gonna say, one last thing. One thing that you can't help when you go out in nature is what? To thank the Lord, man. You be looking at the beauty of the trees and the animals and different creatures, and sometimes a bug will land and you like, what kind of fucking bug is that? You know what I mean? You think you discovered a new bug and shit, and it'd be like, damn, you got no choice but to thank Yahweh Bashmi outside, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you can praise the Lord in his works, So yeah, pretty much that's the point, man. Lord willing, hopefully there's edifying. We give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashmi outside, Bashmi Kakwadash. Advance to the Apostle GMS, Rural, Shalom to the faithful, continue to do the work of the Lord. It's time to say Shalom.